Hello, for my speech today I will be covering a poem called The Death of the Ball Turret Gunner. According to Janet McMahon in her article Randall Jarrell from McGill's Survey of American Literature, which was published in 2006, the poem was written by Randall Jarrell, who was born in Nashville, Tennessee on May 6, 1914. Jarrell earned both his bachelor's and master's degree from the Vanderbilt University and then went to teach at Kenyon College. Jarrell served in the Air Force during World War II training pilots. Later on in his career after the war, he taught as professor of English at the University of North Carolina, where he remained for the rest of his career. Jarrell is now regarded as an American poet, literary critic, and teacher. He died in 1965 after being struck down by a car. Okay, now that we know about the author, let's go on to the poem. The selection itself is fairly short, and I think that you will understand more of where I'm coming from if I read it to you. So here it is. From my mother's sleep I fell into the state, and I hunched in its belly till my wet fur froze. 6 miles from earth, loosened from its dream of life, I woke to the black flak and the nightmare fighters. When I died, they washed me out of the turret with a hose. Alright. Basically, what's going on in this poem is that you're a turret gunner in probably a B-17 Flying Fortress. This is my visual aid. This is a Flying Fortress. It's a very big aircraft. And, well, this is a picture I meant to show you first. This is a Flying Fortress, which is a big aircraft, and this one is where he's located at. In this little ball, this plexiglass ball, he can rotate the guns and shoot, other enemy aircraft that's there. So those are my visual aids. The visual aids are relevant because the young man in the poem died in one, and it's where the poem is located. Okay, the aircraft is designed to carry a huge load of bombs to drop unguided onto enemy cities. If you're a turret gunner, then it's your job to protect the bomber with a big machine gun. You're in the little plexiglass ball, right there again. See, where was I? Located on the bottom of the fuselage of your bomber. Your guns in the turret rotate so that you can shoot down other aircraft that are destroying your Flying Fortress. Needless to say, it's an extremely dangerous job, and the poor fellow in the poem was killed 6 miles up in the air. I interpreted the poem as to say he was basically torn to shreds inside the plexiglass ball. The B-17 was not shot down and returned to base, where at the end of the poem the guys on the ground sprayed the gunner out of the turret. Okay, now that I've talked to you about the selection, let's look at why this poem would be a great addition to the course. While reading through the material you assigned us, I discovered that most of the stories and poems assigned were put in the time period of the 1800s and focused on a Mark Twain kind of theme. Of course, our course is named American Literature, and I think that selections pulled only from the 1800s won't cover the whole spectrum of American literature. I feel that if you add this poem to it, it will expand your selections to cover a larger portion in American history, thus representing it better. I just don't feel that you can name a course American Literature and not cover World War II, because there were countless people who wrote about it. So that's why I think The Death of the Ball Turret Gunner should be added to this course. Thank you.